welcome, welcome. And the topic today, it's a good one, right? How many times have we asked ourselves, well, why should I listen to myself? When there's so many people out there who are telling us what to do, how to do, and I'm sure they know better, like ChatGPT or Claude or all of that stuff. Well, today's the day to let it go. Okay? Take a deep breath. Yeah. And let's just be human to human. So, how do you recognize when you stop listening to yourself? Well, how many times do you ask everyone first? Do you second guess decisions that you've already made? Do you know what you want, but you keep talking yourself out of it? Do you feel more confused after getting advice? Yeah, that's a big one for me. I was raised to always ask for advice. How many of us were taught we don't know? And one of the biggest ways that's entrained into us is when we're in school and they give us work and they say, I want the proof of how you came up with this answer. Yeah. You know, years ago, I think I was in grade 11 and I was applying to art schools and colleges. And we had an art teacher that would come in, Fridays for about an hour. And I brought my work in the springtime so he could give me a testimonial, he could write something to the school. And he said to me, well, how do I know you did this? So here's a perfect example of how we take that information in. Oh, I have to prove to you that this is my work? Or, wow, what point of view do you have about me? You see how we can go down a rabbit hole? Instead of just acknowledging, okay, I can see what's going on here. I trust me. This is my work, and I'm going to present it to the university and the college, no matter what your opinion is, right? Because I know in my heart, this is my work, and this is what I want to be doing. Like, how many times do we give up on ourselves because somebody is asking for proof? Yeah. So, you probably know more about you than you think you do. So let's all agree we're going to stop asking, especially AI, who we are, what we are, and how we want to be. I mean, take yourself for a walk and ask those questions. Journal them out. It's amazing what information will come from you, from your heart. Yeah. So why does this happen? Well, we've touched on it just a little bit about why it happens that people give up their own autonomy with themselves, because we're taught to be responsible, we're taught to be practical, we're taught not to disappoint people. And how do we do that? We mirror back to them what they've just mirrored to us. We're taught that. You're taught that in school. You're taught that as you're being raised, right? Where you learn as a little baby to mirror the emotions of the person who is taking care of you, who is feeding you, who is holding you. We learn to listen to experts. We learn to seek approval. And over time, everyone else's voice gets louder than our own. So again, it didn't happen overnight. It happened one small compromise at a time. So how many of us, if we just take a moment, can see where we've actually compromised ourselves? There was a time where I was part of a modality, and I was so excited when I joined. And I loved that there were artists and musicians and people were thinking, and it was about hands-on energetic healing, and I was learning about the body, and I was learning about energy, and I thought, this is amazing. And over time, I saw they shifted and changed and became big business. And their voice got louder than my own knowing of what was true for me. And that didn't happen all at once. It was one compromise at a time. And when I walked away, people were questioning, why are you leaving? Well, because I was listening to my heart. I was trusting myself of what actually creates greater for me. And that's what this is all about, right? That's what living boldly in the question of your life is all about. So why should we listen to ourselves? Well, because in order to create a life you love, understand this: every time you override what you know, you start to lose a little trust in yourself. And that's what I did when I was part of this modality. I started to lose trust in myself until it came to a point where I was like, wow, this actually doesn't work for me. So every time when you say yes and you mean no, every time you say you know it's time to leave and yet you don't, every time you talk yourself out of something that lights you up, every time you ignore that quiet knowing, you're teaching yourself my voice doesn't matter. And over time, that becomes confusion, self-doubt, second guessing, making someone else greater than you, resentment, that's a big one, and feeling stuck. It's not because you don't know, it's because you've stopped listening and trusting what you do know. The reason I want you to listen to yourself isn't because you'll always be right. That's not about it. It's because you'll never build self-trust by arguing with yourself. It's about being present. It's about, for myself, it's being honest with myself and asking, okay, where am I giving myself away? Right? Where am I giving myself away? Now, you give yourself away when you don't honor that voice inside you that says, now is the time. This is the time. This actually lifts me up. This fills my heart. It doesn't matter who you were yesterday or the day before or the stories you told yourself. It doesn't matter that other people say, well, why are you giving this up? Or why are you not continuing with this? What do you know for you? Yeah, stop arguing with yourself. Self-trust is built when you hear what you know and you honor it one choice at a time. So how do you rebuild that self-trust with yourself? I'm going to give you one tool. Before you ask anyone else what they think, write down what you think. Write down what you think. Where am I giving myself away? Write it down, journal it out. When we write, when we actually do this, write, it actually changes what the chemicals in our bodies, and it actually has us writing from our heart and soul, not from information that we've been given. Try it. Write down what you want. Write down what you know. Now, seeking input, yes, if it adds to who you be. That's what I love about coaching. It's not about me giving somebody anything. It's about being present as they discover themselves with no point of view and no judgment and listening. Yeah. After 48 years of marriage, raising 4 children, we just had an anniversary that I shared with everybody, becoming grandparents, changing careers, and building a life together. This is what I've learned. The moment that changed my life, the moments that changed my life, it doesn't happen because I had certainty. When I left, I was generating $250,000 a year. When I walked away, it wasn't about the money, it was about my heart. It was about honoring me. It was knowing that this choice will change where I go, how I go, and what I do, to me becoming more of me. Yeah. Know that success, a successful life is that's just what you have on paper. True fulfillment, it's who you be and how you change with the people that you have nurturing around you. Fulfillment is what creates a life you love. Self-trust, it's built exactly the same way. One choice, one promise, one moment of listening at a time. Now, I don't see anybody here or any questions. If you are listening to this later, please #replay and let me know your takeaways. And let me know your questions. Because when we live in the question, when we have a question, that's where we start listening to, so this actually isn't working for me. I wonder what this could look like. Here's what's going on. It's actually a blessing when we're willing to live in the question, because there's no such thing as a singular question. You might pop a question in here and somebody else will say, that's exactly what's going on for me. And that's why I always say, when 2 or more are gathered, wow, what can we create? Well, thank you for popping in our Ask Susan Live. Grateful for you for being here. Grateful for all our new members and those who have been with us over the years. Come and say hi, right? and let me know, what questions do you have? If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Susan Lazar Hart, Fearless Women Rising, please press subscribe, like, and share, and write in your comments, because I check in here and there every day. So here's to creating lives we love living, one bold step at a time. Have an amazing day. I love you, and let's see what we can create together. So now I'm going to look at how I can delete this. Not delete it, but just end it. Yeah, it's all learning. It's all trust. You know what? Okay, so here's another little thing about me that you might know and you might not know. Every moment is for us, right? Every moment is for us. It's for us to discover ourselves, to grow. There's no recrimination. It doesn't work. That's not yours. That's somebody else's that had you feeling small, that put you in a place, that put you in a box. This is this kind of person. So when I say, oh, I don't want to press delete, I want to press end live video, it's okay, right? I would encourage you to stop pretending that you're being someone else to the world and to your world, because when you pretend, you lack that self-trust in you that will take you forward moment by moment by moment. So yeah, I found the button. Here's to creating lives we love living. Mwah. Have a great one. Bye.